Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Rasheda Kamaria, and I'm the Chief Empowering Officer for Empowered Flower Girl. So for those of you who may be new to my channel, this is Empowered Flower Girl, and we're a social enterprise that is on a mission to transform the way young people relate to one another and themselves. We also work with youth and youth advocates to help them live above life's drama to make a powerful difference. And today I am super excited because we have a special guest with us. You all know, if you've been following this channel, that we interview and connect with some amazing women from across the country and around the world. And today is no different. I am so honored to have with us today Miss Simeaka Melton. And I'm just going to give you a little bit of information about her. Okay, I'm going to have to read her bio verbatim because she's so amazing that I don't want to leave anything out. And plus, she'll be able to delve a little more into her background, let you know what she's up to in the world. But before we get into the interview, I just want to let you all know who she is and what she is about. So Mrs. Simeaka Melton is the founder of the Girls and Women Alliance, also the Culture Collective Camps, and she's also the creator of National Girl Power Day. I'm excited about that. She has more than 2 decades of experience and direct service and domestic violence, trauma-informed care, and curriculum development. Girls and women's wellness, community building, education and culture consciousness is at the root of her work. Yes, I love that. And since 2009, Simeaka has hosted an annual overnight summer camp known as Dear Girls Camp, which has served thousands of young girls over the years. And while the camp was busy becoming a summertime staple, in 2018, Simeaka established National Girl Power Day to continue investing in the state of girls and women nationally. Wow, that is amazing. So I am inspired to learn about all of those amazing programs and initiatives. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome our guest today, Mrs. Simeaka Melton. Welcome. How are you?
Hello. Thank you for having me. me. I'm excited.
Yes. Yeah, I'm excited too. You know, it was so great connecting with you. I actually did I think it was a Google search that I did to learn about girls and women's associations. And I think another key word search that I put in there was girl power, and your organization came up. And so it was cool to learn about so many amazing things that you're doing. But can you tell everyone out there a little bit about the Alliance and what inspired you to start it?
Oh, sure. I would love to. Thank you for having me. So the Girls and Women Alliance is a girls and wellness organization. We have an urgent focus on girls who are directly affected by domestic violence, homelessness, poverty, or substance abuse, and are also girls who are underserved. So that is why and what we do. And we got started because I was unofficially doing the work with one-on-one and small groups. But then when I had my daughter, I got a little nervous of, what groups would be good for her. And I wasn't really finding exactly what I wanted as, a girl growing up in the world when she was born, which she's almost 17 now. So it was a while ago. But when she started, about to go to school. So I said, just why not create it? So that's kind of what we did.
There you go. Whenever there's a challenge, there's people out there who have some solutions, and I commend you for doing that. It does take a certain amount of courage to do that, as well as determination. So I definitely appreciate you doing that. My start was similar as well. Kind of started off not intentionally wanting to start an organization or start a social enterprise, but that's where I was led. And, look at us now, sometimes yeah, exactly. You just have to follow your passion and, the difference that you want to make in the world. And so it's definitely great to learn about the things that you're doing. I'm also a girl power enthusiast,
yes.
as you may have learned. So I was excited to hear about Girl Power Month. And also your Girl Power Day festivities. Those sound really cool. So what is Girl Power Month and how can we get in on the celebration?
So, I'm so glad you asked. So, girl power is, I'm glad I found my tribe. Hey, girl. I'm glad I found my tribe, all about girl power. So, the month is just us actually celebrating, educating, and inspiring girls just for existing. So, we were just doing little small activities all throughout the month. And then we just, we like to celebrate and always want to have an event or a party. So, we say, you know what? Let's make this into a big day. So, the day is all about girl power. Of course, we're still virtual, so we're going to have a virtual pet rally, if you will. Well, I guess we kind of made it up, so it's still kind of like in the works, but
Okay.
it is a virtual celebration of all things girl power.
Okay, great. And so Girl Power Day, is it April 24th?
It's always the last Saturday in April. So
Okay.
this year it is April 24th, but whatever that last Saturday is, that's National Girl Power Day.
Okay, well, we will be definitely celebrating and reminding all of our Empowered Flower Girl followers and supporters and subscribers. We'll be reminding them about Girl Power Day on April 24th, which is a couple days after Earth Day. So I think,
Yes.
People are already in celebration mode and people will be excited. So for Girl Power Day, what were some activities that people can do to help celebrate? Like, are there things that you suggest that we might do in our communities, or maybe with our families or with others that we know? How can we celebrate Girl Power Day?
So, okay, so it is a day of however you choose. It's twofold or multifold. So, however you choose to get out and celebrate just existing, we suggest you go out and do that, whether it's going to the park with your friends, maybe connecting. It's a little tricky because we're still in a pandemic, but because we're virtual, we'll be live streaming all day. So, you can either watch us just by tuning in, or you can actually join us on camera. So, it's going to be really interactive. We're going to bake in the morning. We'll have some poetry in the afternoon. We'll have some Zumba classes. We're also going to celebrate our girls just for being phenomenal. So women and girls across the nation have nominated girls who they believe who are being phenomenal in different areas. So we're going to celebrate them, accolades in that celebration and get them some encouragement. Then we're also, and later in the afternoon, we're going to celebrate the women who make this day possible. So if you've ever connected to us in any kind of way, you are being celebrated for that day. And then you'll be able to see who's been invested. And then we'll have our sponsors and things to come out, because it takes a village. So it's my great idea, but all I can do is have an idea, right? So ideas only are ideas, but our volunteers and our sponsors and our supporters, they actually make it happen. So you'll see a little bit of everybody on that day.
Yeah, so that sounds really cool. When I heard about the Girl Power Day celebration, and in our previous conversation, you were telling me some of the activities you were doing that sounded really cool. And for those who don't know, April is National Poetry Month, so it'll be great. It'd be great to hear some poetry and some spoken word from the girls. And speaking of, our girls, I know that many of them are facing challenges, in the 21st century. Of course, this pandemic has flipped their world upside down. So many things that they have to adjust to. They're not able to meet with friends. Some of them are still going to school virtually. Proms are being canceled, senior activities, a time when they're used to celebrating being a teen and just being a girl. Some of those things have shifted. But I know that girls also have incredible opportunities, to reach their full potential and to live powerfully. So in your experience, since you have, well over 2 decades of experience in this area, how do you all help girls to develop into confident and powerful women, to be resilient?
So we are really transparent at the Women's and Girls Alliance, and our experience and their experience, we're really open with what's going on. And we try our best to remove wellness and mental health as a stigma and just as a struggle. And it is just a part of life. So we try very hard to work on the wellness piece and talk across differences. So we connect them with women who look like them or don't look like them, but we give them examples of what it means to be resilient in real life, how we prepare them. We're not just kind of like saying, okay, this is a nice activity to do, but we want to give them impact that kind of lasts beyond the surface. So being able to connect them with more than even our organization, other organizations, their communities, and just kind of making that whole village work, serving the whole girl. So it's a village thing.
Yeah, and I definitely believe in that. It takes not just the school and the parents, but also mentors, relatives, local businesses, and other nonprofit or after-school organizations to definitely help girls thrive. Not just survive, right? Because we all know what surviving is like, and we want them to go beyond surviving. We want them to thrive.
Right.
Yeah, and I know that there are so many parents or grandparents, caregivers, people with young relatives, maybe single parents, that are sometimes struggling to really connect with and engage their girls. But what can they do, specifically, those who are parents or grandparents that are raising girls? What can they do to support girls' positive development?
So keeping those lines of communication open is key. Keeping those lines of communication open when it's hard is very, 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 very critical. Also fueling their curiosities and giving them resources to connect to, encouraging them to try new things and encouraging them to grow. Using yourself too much as an example, but not removing yourself so much that they feel like they're kind of on an island. So I would say that for everyone in the life of a girl, getting them connected to the things that save not just them, but also we see that the opposite of what is actually their barriers are.
Yeah. And I often state it as, we need to have a little more intergenerational empathy.
Right.
because because sometimes, I'll hear adults, parents, even the people that I've worked with in the community who also work with you, occasionally I'll hear people say, well, these young people, they're soft, or, they have it so easy. And I think to myself, well, not really.
It's different.
With all that's, been happening with them, even before the pandemic, right? The economic crisis, 9/11, they grew up in a world that was so different than what we experienced. And with all this technology. So it definitely seems like, there's some challenges that they may have, but, an opportunity for us to connect with them. So what are some of the programs that you have? I know, in your bio, I mentioned the camp, and that's cool. And just want to find out, maybe how things have pivoted since the pandemic, but also, it seems like a really cool camp, and you attract people from across the country. Can you just tell people a little bit more about the camp and how things have maybe pivoted since the pandemic, and maybe what you're looking forward to with the camp?
Yeah, so the camp is unique in everything that you said, because it is, of course, it's the traditional camp, and we go canoeing and swimming and kayaking and all of that great stuff, but we also do a lot of life skills at work. So I said at work, but at camp. So you may learn how to change a tire, you may learn how to balance your checkbook, you may be working on your college goals, but we teach a lot of self life skills at work, at camp. I keep saying work. Maybe it's time for me to go back, but we do a lot of work on the whole girl. And the thing that is so just beautiful, although I'm biased, beautiful about the summer camp is we have women and men who support the camp, but during the camp is an all girls camp at this point, but there are women who are in several different fields that girls have never even thought about. So you think about things that, we know that doctor, lawyer, a school teacher, and that's a lot of the girls who we serve, that's maybe as big as they can go, but not really understanding that the teacher is not just what you see, but all that she goes through to get there. And she has chosen this field. You may want to be an astronaut, and it sounds so big and elaborate, but we're going to bring you an astronaut, right? We're going to bring those women and those men, and we're also going to bring the therapists in, we're going to bring the teachers in, we're going to bring the parents in, and it really is a community event. And the camp, in my mind, when I started way back, it was always going to be maybe 6 to 12 girls, and that was it. And after my child got a little older, I was going to get out. Never did I see that it would be such this. But the camp is once a year, and it's our biggest, it's our highlight of the year. And we all wait for this. And when the pandemic happened, I was beside myself, like, well, we're not going to do anything at all, but thinking of the mental health of the children because it was really hard for adults. So could not imagine being 14 or 16 or 18 going through this pandemic with no answers, and we had to do something. So I didn't want it to be another screen for you to look at and another just person talking to you, but we had to think about what we do best, and that's wellness, girl power. We packaged it up and we hit the ground running, and it was successful. It was really
wonderful.
successful.
Okay, great. I'm glad to hear that. There's so many cool programs that you all offer and initiatives. And like I mentioned, of course, I'm really excited about Girl Power Month and Girl Power Day and those sorts of things. But for those who may be watching who want to, learn more about these programs and initiatives, or maybe get involved or see how they can support the things that you're doing, can you tell us how we can keep in touch and get in contact? All that stuff, the social media handles, how we can follow you online and stay connected.
Yeah, so you could follow our website, of course, nationalgirlpowerday.com. You can get to everything that way. Also follow our hashtags, National Girl Power Day or Dear Girls Camp, and just stay connected with us. We're always looking for opportunities to connect online, because we want to make this not just an excitement, but actually something that is a global connection for everyone. So it's not just this organization, that organization. It is more powerful when we all come together. We can work together so we can make it a better community for the girls in the communities that they are going to live in and be in charge of soon.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I'm all about collaboration. And I'm based in Michigan, and you're based on the East Coast. Where are you all located?
Virginia.
Yeah, exactly. So it's great, even though, of course, we know that there have been some downsides, of course, living in a global pandemic, but we've been able to connect with so many people and organizations that we would have never imagined. So while it, sometimes technology seems to separate us or keep us apart, brings us together. It definitely brings us together, and we're able to collaborate. So I'm all about collaboration as well. And I'm definitely glad that I had an opportunity to meet you. You have such amazing energy and just a beautiful smile, and I'm just so excited.
Likewise, yes.
Thank you. I'm just so excited for the upcoming Girl Power Day. And for those of you who are checking out Empowered Flower Girls YouTube channel, just make sure that you hit the subscribe button for more content like this, positive news. We love to share content that empowers and uplift our youth. And definitely check out the Girls and Women's Alliance. Follow them on social media. What social media apps are you all on?
We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook, Instagram, everywhere.
Okay, they're everywhere. See, everywhere. So, you have no excuse. You can stay connected at any time, anywhere. And that's what's great. That's what I love, again, about technology, that it keeps us connected. Some people are a little adverse to it. They're like, oh, there's too much drama online. But we can use social media for good, to collaborate like we're doing now. So many ways that we can keep in touch. But lastly, before we go, I just wanted to give you an opportunity. If there was anything that you wanted to tell those who are watching now, who are tuning in, about how we can keep the momentum of Girl Power Month or Girl Power Day going, throughout the year. If there's any tips you have for us, or any parting words that you would like to share?
Yes, I want everyone to know that National Girl Power Day is not just for girls. It is for women. It is a global celebration, and all year, find your power, celebrate your power. It is contagious. So just go out there, know that you're not alone. And like you said before, is technology is your friend when you connect up correctly. So use it to connect to people across industries, across zip codes, and let's get to work.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for being here today and for connecting with Empowered Flower Girl. I like to wish you the best of luck and many blessings in the work that you're doing to uplift and support our girls as well as women in our community. So thank you very much.
Thank you.